Okay, just give me a sec. Okay, okay. Boom. Hey Nick, just give me one sec. I'm just gonna grab some water really quick, so I'm just gonna go MIA for a quick sec. I think I can do this. I think can. I haven't used VC Face in like a minute, so this is still gotta like brush up and stuff. Actually, I'm just gonna like get up for a sec. Grab some water. Okay, let's. Okay, oh right. Okie dokie. Hey, Nick. Hey Dark. How's it going? I'm just going to post on the Discord that we're streaming now as well. I'm doing good, just doing a house project. Cool. Alright, cool. Hey Bryce, how's it going? Okay, so I think we got enough to get started. Okay, so for those new, I gotta adjust my screen really quick, and then adjust the camera as well. There we go. Okay. Actually, that's way too high. I got okay. Alright, for those new to the channel, my name is Daitomodachi, and I am working on my first commercial game, Ball Busters, which is a ball juggling action spectacle roguelike. Featuring six different characters which you can unlock. If you want to wishlist a game, the link to it should be in the stream description. So, stance. For those who do not know, I love JoJo. I love JoJo. Before I became more into Jujutsu Kaisen these days, I watched the anime, well, except part 6. I've read part 4. I read part 7. I'm pretty big into JoJo. I still have to like catch up on like part 9 and part 8, but. So while working on the game, I realized, okay, all these characters need to have like different types of moves, not just, but they also need like moves they can access that should be accessible to all the characters. And I thought, well, what if we add summons to the game? And what if we make them like stands? Obviously, I can't call them stands because legal copyright bullshit, but you guys get the gist. So today we're going to start. I never saw JoJo, but I'm familiar with it. It's pretty good. In fact, In fact, there are like a lot of animes that took inspiration from JoJo. So we're going to start work on the huge chunk of the stands, well, summon, stands, whatever you want to call it, system today. JoJo is an anime made by her. I cannot pronounce his name. I used to be able to pronounce his name, but I suck at pronunciation these days. But yeah. Alright, so I did the initial work for this like yesterday. So right now we just have like a generic model, but what I'm planning to do is I asked Kai, who's been helping out with the models for the game, to modify this so that we can make legally distinct Star Platinum. In other words, is that? Hold up for a sec. What? Oh yeah, I changed chat earlier. Or the chat right now. I think One Piece took inspiration from it because Bo does some sort of stand pose. Oh yeah, yeah, totally. In fact, the JoJo pose, a lot of people use, a lot of animes and even manga shows use JoJo pose. Let me pull up, like, there's this one character in Hi-Fi Rush that does nothing but JoJo poses. No, that's not it. I don't want it. I don't want a video, but I'll just basically show my Google results. But yeah, there's this one character in Hi-Fi Rush that does nothing but JoJo poses, and he's the best character in the best boss in the game. But yeah, anyway, we're going to work. But yeah, anyway, so I created the stand. Well, not created the stand, but this is like the base model we're gonna use for like the stand, and Kai is going to modify him to look more like Please Don't Sue Me Bro Star Platinum. Let me pull up his animations, and I started work on his animations yesterday. They're obviously I'm going to have to refine them a little bit more because they're just like a work in progress. But and the weight painting needs to be improved for it, but I worked on the animation, like I said, I worked on the animation yesterday. But there is one thing I gotta do. There's one thing I gotta do for this model in particular. So let me pull up Blender really quick. What are your favorite and least favorite stands in JoJo? My favorite stand in JoJo. I'm just going to say it. My least favorite stand is what was old Joseph's stand's name? What was it? Hermit Purple. I'm drawing blank, but I did not. But long story short, I did not like his stand power. I mean, telepathically it works, but otherwise I don't really like. That was my least favorite stand. I just know that was my least favorite stand. Now for my favorite stand, my favorite stand. Hold on, I gotta readjust this. There we go. Are we able to make online stands in future updates? Might be cool. Sadly the stands are going to be like pre-stock. Like there's going to be like certain stands already. But in terms of, if I can figure out how to add mods to the game, then people can add their own stand characters. But yeah, going back to the original question, my favorite stand right at the moment. That is a really tough question. That is a tough question. Like, I don't want to sound like a noob and say, oh, Star Platinum. I kind of like Bite the Dust a little bit. Alright, so let's get back to the original point. So what we need to do. Also, did I work on the animations for this thing? Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a separate blend file only for animations. Alright. Hermit Purple, thank you. It's not bad. This is pretty cool in my opinion, especially how Joseph utilized it. Also, if I recall, I think Hermit Purple was supposedly the stand of Hamon. Yeah, the cool thing about JoJo is you can have a dog shit stand with a dog shit ability, but it all depends on how you utilize it. That's what makes JoJo really cool. Alright, so let's get back to the original point. So obviously for Star Platinum, he has his rapid punching move. The issue is I really wanted to animate it, but however, the rig software that the rigging program I use, Auto Rig Pro, you would think you'll be able to scale the bones, but you can't. The rigs are so super duper complex that you can't do something simple like scaling bone. Like I can scale the hands, but scaling the limbs are like a pain in the ass. So I have to change how this model is going to be set up. So I was spending yesterday trying to figure out, well, what the fuck am I going to do? How the fuck am I going to get the hide his arms? My friend suggested creating like a shape key, and here's what happens when I create a shape key. So I'm going to create a shape key. I'm going to select the mesh. Select everything in the mesh. Well, okay. I'm going to select everything in the mesh, just for future reference. Then I'm going to create a shape key, and I'm going to scale it down. The problem is, when you scale it down to 0. The problem is that you have these straight vertices. Also, you still be able to see like stray little meshes here. So that sucks. So what am I going to do? What I'm going to do to solve this issue is, first I'm going to get into T-pose because there's going to be like general model. I'm going to undo everything. I already created the model for this earlier. So now I'm going to do what I tried to do earlier. I'm going to select everything. I'm going to select the whole arms. Making sure I selected. Cool. So I'm going to select the arm, and I'm going to separate with the mesh. Well, left arm. Man, I gotta go. Missing one good line video. It's late night in our time zones. Happy. Thanks, Bryce. Thanks for coming by, my dude. So we're going to select the left arm, and then we're going to select the right arm, and we're going to separate. We're going to separate the meshes. And my dogs are barking. That sucks. Okay, so we're going to select the meshes. There we go. Alright, so then I'm going to select the meshes. Call this right arm. So, by separating the meshes, what I'm going to do is during the punch animation, I'm going to hide these meshes during the punch animation, instead of trying to figure out how to do the shape keys. And it's pretty easy to do in like Unity. Favorite JoJo part? Okay, that's an easy question. Part 2, Part 4. Favorite JoJo parts? Hands down. Favorite JoJo parts? I didn't really like Part 6 because it was a fucking Debbie Downer. Like, I'm not casting aspersion to Jolene. Jolene, she did a lot, but I did not like the fact that Poochie resetted the universe. I did not like the fact that Jotaro died. I did not like the fact that almost all the cast died in the previous universe except the kid, Emperor. I did not like that one bit. I mean, yeah, the thing about JoJo is people die in JoJo. That's like a staple. But usually you want to have like a few survivors. And I did not really jive for that, to be honest. Okay, so now we're going to export this out. And then we're going to export this out as like a regular model. Let's turn off animations because it's going to just be the base model. Now, if I did this correctly, same part 4 Josuke is my favorite JoJo since he's one of the only JoJo protagonists that actually acts their age. Plus, he's relatable. Okay, so we separate arms, and all we gotta do during the animation is turn it off. We can turn on and off the animations, and we turn on and off the game objects during the animations. All right, so now that we now the next step is. So you guys are probably wondering how we're going to how will not stands work in the game. So you guys are already familiar with the fact that every character that there's a heat moves in the game. Basically, they're like super moves like in fighting games. So what I'm planning to do is all these summons going to take up a heat or a certain amount of heat to summon. They're going to function like basically how projectiles work in the game, except they're not projectiles. All right, so first thing I'm going to do. Also, Chad, I'm going to ask you guys to like really pay attention to the community tab tomorrow because I'll be doing a poll indicating what should be the name of these stands. I already put. It's going to be either ball stands, bouncers, overhands. I forgot the third one. I forgot the fourth one. But basically, those are the current names that pop in my head right now. Alright, so now let's actually create the game object. For now, we're just going to call him not star. My spelling is atrocious. So excuse me. I do like bouncers. Bouncer sounds badass, though, so. But, again, I'll have Chad vote on him. Okay. Then we're going to create, like, the other thing I gotta do is we're going to have to create, like, a... Let's do it one step at a time. Let's do it one step at a time. So, first thing I gotta do is create a new move. We'll call him... Not Star Platinum. Obviously, the name is going to change, but for now, we're going to say 3 heat. Well, not 13. Maybe 3 heat. Summons purple guy that does rapid. That will. We'll win a fight between Gohan Black stands, his summons, and DAU stand, Mostafista. Probably the DAs. Alright, that will rapidly punch a ball when near it. Alright, it's not going to be a specific character like it says. Size won't change, duration might change. Projectile won't. Bonus hits, obviously. Launching, hit range, speed, iframes. I think those are. I think those are the 2 stats that we definitely going to have to like. That we definitely going to have to keep in mind for the upgrades. So I'm going to create it. Now, if we go to the folder. Go to the folder. It's right there. Cool. Alright, so we'll just create first thing, then we gotta create some different upgrades. For now, we're just going to create like duration. plus. Let's make it really small. Okay, attach to full object. Okay, and then when we look at the upgrade, it's right there. This is why creating tools is very useful. Like I'm gonna be real here. Doing something like that took me like maybe 10 minutes to do because there's so many like menu navigations. But now that I created like a little tool to create heat moves, it's a lot easier. All right, then I try to remember how the regular heat moves work. Let's save. All right, so then tsunami. Tsunami is a good example. Heat move quark. No, it was a summon thing. There it is. Okay. It was a projectile as well. I think Ghost Fist would most likely work better. Have you ever thought of becoming a VTuber because I like your model? I mean, yeah. In fact, I think I'm gonna start streaming games on the main channel again. Like I was thinking about streaming on Twitch again, but real talk, Twitch is kind of down the shitter now. Like I don't mess with Twitch these days. Twitch. Alright, I complain about YouTube a lot. Like, in fact, if you catch a panty stocking video, that was just me venting my frustrations about YouTube. But Twitch, they have done some really stupid shit on... They've been doing some really stupid shit. Not, like, real talk. They've been doing real stupid shit there, so I don't bother with them these days. Okay, so we can literally just have him attach the script then. Alright, so all we're gonna do is have him appear for like 1 second. That's it. 1 second, then pop back out. Alright, so he appears for 1 second, and then when the second is up, hides the game object. Yeah, the only reason I watch Twitch is only because of Alice Justice and Tiger Town. Yeah, it's... In fact, something recently came up for them. Like, there was another controversy that popped up involving the 70-30 split. Yeah, it's like really fucking weird. Alright, rapid punches. So we're going to just copy this. Not start. Okay, then let's look for... Put that there. Reset. Okay, notch object pull. Spawn at the player. I'm gonna spawn this behind the player. Did you watch a recent state of play? I avoided the state of play, to be honest. I have no idea, like, what happened. Not gonna spawn beneath it. Rotation. Let's go. Let's keep it at 0. See what happens. I should probably have an offset here, but it's fine. I guess it's fine for now. If I need to offset it, I'll offset it. Okay, so then now it's a prefab. So let's navigate. Like, I heard that they're making another God of War game that's like a prequel to everything else. Oh, wait, I forgot. I do have a position offset. Did? No, I don't. No, I don't. Well, I kind of do. Oh. Okay. And they're remaking the God of War trilogy as well. Alright, real talk. I have no idea how they're gonna get rid of that. Well, I mean, the violence scene, it's like, it's fine because it's what you expect. It's God of War. Obviously they're going to be like violence and stuff. But I'm not sure how the fuck are they going to get away with the sex scene mini games. Like, real talk, I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious how they're going to like. I'm kind of curious how they're going to get away with that one. Also, Sony's being an asshole for this because they want to have consumers rent the PS5s in UK. Didn't they do that? I thought renting consoles was like nothing new. I thought, didn't they do that during when Blockbuster was a thing? Like, again, it's still fucking annoying and it fucking sucks, but at the same time, I'm trying to remember. I thought they did something like this decades ago. Alright, let me make sure I have everything right. I mean, technically, yeah. Wait a second, I don't think that's a routine. Back to position, get ground position. Spawn beneath, player position. Okay, I'm gonna add a quick thing to my script to add. Like, I have rotation offset, but I don't have position offset, so we're gonna add that in really quick. Hey, Yaron. What's up, dude? Oh, man, that chat does not look good. Yeah, I really gotta, like, I really gotta get the stream overlays like really cleaned up. Like, that's kind of hard to read. Let's get ground position. Oops. Wait. I feel like I'm overcomplicating this. Spawn, Let's see. Snap to the ground, get position. Spawn, for spawn transform, it has an offset already, so. Pull. I'm probably overcomplicating. All I really need to do. Let's see. All I really need to do is do U game object transform position plus equal offset. All right, there we go. Actually, let's do this. Alright, that should do it. I finally had the power still, I wanted to watch your previous stream, but there was no electricity that day. It's all cool, Yarn. I'm probably overcomplicating this, so we'll just... Okay, so... Position offset. Okay, so we'll do like -5 for now, and then just hope that this doesn't break anything, but... Damn, game development is shit breaks when you're doing shit. Hey, opening, how's it going, my dude? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this will actually do anything. I hope it doesn't break, but we'll see what happens. If Pickle get email a PS5 All-Stars battle instead of the Bubsgate, who would have gotten free from the cell prison, or no? No, is getting him that game will not help at all. It won't help at all. Not one bit. It won't help one fucking bit. Alright, so hopefully this works, and hopefully nothing breaks. Hopefully. But alright, so first thing I do, I created like a little script in which I can just quickly add heat moves. So, not Star Platinum, add them to slot 1. Okay. There's not Star Platinum. I gotta shorten the name because it's clipping a little. Okay, it costs 1 heat, so let's see if it works. I purposely drop it. Separated. Okay. There it is. Okay. We got it. So it's just summons. It summons like I wanted it to. I mean, we could push him back a little bit more. That's way too close to her. Not respecting her boundaries and shit, but it does exactly what I want. It summons, and the character does pop in back of her. Now I'm going to try to change the offset so that way it summons in back of her. Let's see, so okay. So then let's build up some heat. Okay, real talk. I love Nessa's upgrade screen. She just like looks so nervous, like what the fuck am I doing here? What the hell's going on? Okay, let's see. Alright, so let's try to increase the offset of this by 10, see if that does anything. No, it doesn't. In fact, it stays in the same location. Okay, so let's go to the code. Oh wait, I'm being stupid. Character reference. Oh yeah, and it already has the offset. So all I need to do is add the offset there, and it should work now. She wants to be freed. Oh, kind of like Nessa in KWC. That's it's funny. And then also to make sure the ball position offset. Were you inspired by Toxic Avenger for the reference for the mop as a weapon? No. The mop as a weapon, it was just like, okay, she's a water goddess. What is one thing that can work for a water goddess, but also helps with the fact that she's a maid? So I thought, okay, obviously a mop, because it gets wet and you can use it to bat people. Dresser is adorable. I feel like she's gonna be more popular than Maki. Like when I think of Dresser and Maki, it reminds me of that scene in like SpongeBob. It was Squidward is doing his comedy bit, and he leaves the stage angrily, and then SpongeBob is like sweeping, and then Squidward comes out like, "Hey, here I am," and everyone's like, "Eh." Then SpongeBob comes out again, then everyone's cheering. Then Squidward comes out again, and everyone's like, "Well, whatever, fuck you." That's kind of how I imagine people's reaction to Dresser and Nessa. Like, Dresser is like going to be the SpongeBob to Dresser's, Dresser's going to be the SpongeBob to Maki's Squidward. Even though, truthfully, Maki kind of like bullies her. Alright, so let's add the heat move. Okay, not Star Platinum. We'll do this again. Okay, then we'll keep this as 0, but then for the position offset, we'll do like -10, so that way it spawns. Hopefully, if I did my math correct, it spawns in back of her. I mean, most of the time, the main pro tag is less popular than certain side characters. Yeah, that's true. I mean, look at JJK. Like even though Yuji is like the main character, people will say, "Well, I fucking love Gojo. I fucking love Sukuna. Who the fuck is Yuji? Who the fuck is Yuji?" And you know what's also funny? For Modulo, people are gassing up Yuji more than the other characters. Like, it's literally like what one person said: the side characters are more popular than the main character. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, I think it works, but it spawns very far. It spawned very far away. So let's build up heat again. Okay. Yeah, okay, that is a perfect position. Perfect position. Perfect position. Alright, keep it at negative. Alright, that is a perfect position. Perfect position. That is a perfect position. I mean, we could maybe bring in a little bit close, but that's still perfect. Yuji is a side character in Mojo also. And now watch Hana become more popular than them. Like, there is one move I want to do for Hana. Like, I'm still trying to find the time to do, but it's basically a recreation of that JJK meme. Like, I want to find the time to, like, do it, because I feel like once I do that move, people will be glossing up Hana like crazy. It would be nice if she had buckets of water as projectiles. Huh. That's actually a good idea. So usually for my projects, I try to organize them in this board. So his work. And we need to add more moves to address it anyway, so we'll add it there. I just gotta figure out how to add more special stuff to her, but it's been added in. Alright, so now that the thing spawns in back of the character, the next step is gain the stand to play his animation, then exit out. So that's the next step we gotta do. So let's go. Uh-oh. Did I? Oh god, I accidentally deleted it. Alright, that's fine. We can just do this. Alright, so in order to do that, we gotta use an animation controller. I think there'll be more sense with Hana because of the whole tomboy muscle mommy trope. I mean, she's like in her late 20s, so I don't really think she's like a muscle mommy. But then again, I think some the newer generation will still think like that's old and shit. So, oh, who am I kidding? They are going to say that that's old. Alright, so we're going to create an animation controller. Where is the animation controller? There you are. Should I? Let's make it more general. So, roll stand animation controller. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Add it in. Usually, I've been using this add-on called Animancer to handle my animations because I'm gonna real talk. Unity's animation, I don't really like the way Unity does the animation system, so I'll pull it up. So Unity's animation system uses a lot of like no trees and shit, and they're like, if you're creating like an animation system, that's awesome and cool and stuff, but most of the times I just want to play a fucking animation. I just want to play one animation, one shot, and that's it. I don't want to go through like, well, I gotta set this logic, I gotta, when this boolean is, when this bool is blah blah blah, when this is true, then you go into this animation. I really don't want to do that. I just want to play simple animation. But in this case, I think we'll just have to use the animation system. And I think there's a way we can just do like a sequence of events. Okay, summon punches. There you are. Oops, wrong. Okay. Now I prefer her as a tough Onesan type. Yeah, that's literally it. She's a tough Onesan. Like that's literally her. That's really how I designed her. She's just like a tough Onesan. Okay, so when it enters, have exit time. Exit time at 0. Oh wait, no. Okay. How long is this animation? Oh wow, I think it's actually previewing the whole animation or the whole sequence. All right, so right now we're just going to keep it simple. So how long is this whole sequence? Let's pull up the calculator, because I'm lazy and can't do math in my head right now. So this is 0.75 seconds plus the stand animation is, or some animation is Wait. Oh man, did I enter it twice? Okay. 0.75 seconds, okay. 0.25. 0.75. Okay. Alright, sorry. Alright, we're gonna have to do this again. Alright, 0.75. Cool. This is also 0.75, and then this whole thing is also 0.75. So it's literally just multiplied by 3. 2.25 seconds. Hana's just a chill girl. Yeah, she's just a chill girl that just wants to be happy with her followers. Alright, so if I did this correctly, the moment that it spawns in, it should play the sequence. Summon, punches, then leave. And the best part is I don't need to go into the game. I think if I did this correctly, I can test it in the scene. I mean, she reminds me of that one chick from Samurai Girls. I think it was Momoyo. I have never heard that before. Okay, so the moment we turn it on. Cool! Does exactly what I wanted. When the game object is activated, when this game object is activated, it will go through that animation sequence. Alright, now that we took care of that. Is this supposed to be a war stand for Nessa? No. You mean Dresser. Dresser. It's Dresser. I don't want Nintendo to sue me, dude. Alright, but real talk. So this is gonna be... I was explaining earlier. The way the stand works is that all characters will be able to access these stands. So it'll be available for all characters because I want to have heat moves that all characters can access. Alright, so now we're gonna have to add like a little timer. Also, I think... So, here's the thing. You can actually like activate behaviors or attach behaviors to this. Alright, so I can't really... It'll be too complicated to add or too much work than it needs to. So here's what I'm going to do. So then, okay, so it activates at 0.75 seconds, so at 0.75 seconds, so we're going to create two let's reveal arms. So the way this works is at enable, oh wait, we only need like one thing actually because of how I set this up. So at enable, when the timer starts, we're going to hide both the left arm because we're going to add some swinky special effects later. I met the VA of Midnight Hulk twice. Oh yeah, you did. You mentioned to me a few times. And you also met Kagi. So if I did this correctly, when it will wait 0.75 seconds before hiding the arms, and then after 0.75 seconds, it will. Oh wait, no, my math is off. The animation is 0.75 seconds. It will delay. What if I add another functionality to this thing? It's too much work right now. I do not feel like making it too much work than it should be. Alright, so we'll deactivate that. This is going to serve as a delay timer. So 0.75 and enable when timer reached. I'm going to activate this timer. Wait. Oh boy. I feel like I made a grave mistake. Which one is which? I'm assuming it's referring to the original timer, so when this timer reach, it will activate that timer. And we disable that. Okay. Let's hope I'm correct with this. So we're gonna hide that and then we test this out. We're gonna check him at Kage one day. I think Kage's in Canada for a con. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okie dokie. Alright, so let's see if I break anything. Okay. I think Alright, so it's hiding the arms like I wanted to. It's a little bit too early. So we're gonna wait a little while longer. But generally it's doing what I want it. So oh wait, I gotta add a few more seconds. So it's 0.75 plus how many frames this is. So half a second. So we gotta add a few more stuff to this. Okay, so that's plus 0.5 seconds. 1 point. Did you know that Code Vein came out? Code Vein 2 came out. Yeah, I know it came out. I'm not. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it though. I'm not 100% sure. Oopsies. Okay, so the next thing we gotta do. So I forgot that I designed this so that way it will loop the punch animation for a certain amount of time. So we need to implement like a quick system. Alright, so we created a bowl, and then what's going to happen is when this is call it punching, when it's not punching, it will exit out of this. I think there's like an MF. Let's try to attach an MF player to this. Animation parameter. Update bowl. Set this to punching. Then let's see. Actually, no, we'll keep it like that. We'll make this 4 seconds. We'll set the pause. We'll wait 1.25 seconds. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to create. I wonder if you'll be able to recreate Daki again. It was mentioned in Steam discussions that most of the assets creating the character were taken from the first game. Yep. I mean, I'm pretty sure it should be possible. Alright, so we want to do the punching thing for like 1 second, and then when it's done, we'll set this to false. Okay, so let's do the math in our heads. And technically, we don't even need this anymore, because I think I'm gonna drive this using this. I forgot about the fields add-on. It really does help at times. So we are going to, then we're going to all start on enable. Okay, so the way this should work is when, okay, so then set active. Left. Then we're going to set this to right. Okay, so on play, inactive. Then we're going to duplicate this. So will there be a female cat? Will there be a female cat killer in this game? I'm not sure if there's going to be a female cat killing, but I do know that I'm more than likely we're going to add like a cat killing ball to the game. In fact, that's gotta be that we have. In fact, that's one reference to think about. 1 second. So then let's do the math. Let's do some math. I mean, I'm going to have to refine this because we're going to alter the duration as well. But for now, it should be fine, just for testing purposes. Okay, so let's do some math. 0.75 plus 0.5 seconds of wind up plus 1 second of the actual animation, then 0.75 exiting in. So it should be 3 seconds. Okay. Alright, let's see if this breaks or not. Okie dokie, let's see. Please don't. Alright, there we go. And let's see. Alright, cool. Uh-oh. Alright, why is it not playing the leave animation at times? Okay. Alright. Okay, so I think that's good enough for like the base thing. Okay, so now okay, so the next thing we gotta do is we gotta make sure the thing follows the player, because right now it'll be like I'll just do a quick play and you guys see what I'm talking about. And also to answer your question, opening, if people want a female cat killing in the game, depending on the funding and time, we'll see if we'll look into adding her to the game. I think it'll also be a funny KWC script when you think about it. I think that'll be like a really fucking funny KWC episode, so I'm not going to discount it just yet. Alright. Alright, let's do the usual. I really need to add like some sort of tool or cheat code so that way I can be able to do this really quickly. Alright. Oh wait, no. We'll do this, blah blah blah. Slot 1. There we go. So, so obviously that's like an issue. We should be able to like the stand should constantly be behind the player. So we obviously gotta fix that. I'll show you guys again. So when we summon the stand, it should be following the player, but it's not doing that. So obviously we gotta make sure that the stand follows behind the player. So let's do that really quickly. Or not quickly. I think, if I remember correctly, I thought I created like something in which it should follow the player. Oh wait, no. I know for a fact I used to do that for like for one of the ball power-ups in which it follows the player around, or the ball around. Maybe I can use a similar system. Sit. Parent constraint binder. Set character reference to. Yeah, this was the script I was talking about. Let's see, which one was it? I think it was the parent constraint thing. I'm trying to remember if this was the code that I used. Will it be like War Spirit or bootleg Machamp? Maybe. Maybe. I'm trying to remember if this was a code in which. And offset, blah blah blah. I'm trying to remember. Was this the constraint that I used? Is it characteristic? God damn, I forgot if this was a script that allows me to do this. Add constraint, if game on to a constraint. Get source, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, I think. Constraints, blah blah. Alright, let's try this, because I don't remember if this was it or not. Hey Koi, what's up, what's up, fam? Right now I'm just trying to like set it up so that way the stand will follow the player. See, this could break. It could break, but we'll still see if this will work or not. Alright, so let's see if this is gonna break shit or not. let's see. Blah 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 blah. Da, da, da. Manager. Blah blah blah. Heat moves. I really should create like a fucking cheat code to make this shit more streamlined for testing. Okay, then see if this works. Build up heat. And let's do the faraway cam and see what happens. Nothing. Nothing. Doesn't follow. You know what? I feel like I might be overcomplicating this. That's a common thing I do with these projects. I tend to overcomplicate shit. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a very quick script. You're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of these scripts, or get rid of these. Oh wait, no, I don't want to reverse. I want to complete. Alright, so now we're gonna... Where should I put this script? Gonna put in scripts. Also, for those who are watching the replay for this, right now we are still working on implementing the very basic of the not stand system for ball busters. Again, please remember to wishlist the game on Steam. Link to that is in the description. Alright, so then where am I going to put this thing? Screw it. Character reference. It's a long ass script, but whatever. Well, it's not going to be long in terms of like code, but long as in terms of name. Okay. Come on. There we go. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a script. So here's a thing. Here's one thing interesting about all my game projects. I have this asset called character reference. The way the character reference is like an asset that stores anything any type of data I want. So, well, technically it's a scriptable object, but I usually create a scriptable object that stores anything I want, whether it be a prefix, a game object, a material, an audio, etc., etc., etc. And there's a way to set up scriptable objects so that way all game objects have access to that scriptable object. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a quick script. Hopefully it'll be quick. And copy that code because I'm lazy. Paste it there. I'm going to call this character reference. I'll call this reference. Okay, so void on enable. All we're going to do is if reference.character equals null, we're going to return. But if it's not null, game object, transform dot parent is equal to reference, and then on disable, we're going to remove that parent. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. So all we're going to do is, when this game object is enabled, we're going to temporarily set it as a parent as a character reference. And then when it gets disabled, we're going to remove it. We're going to make it not a child of that game object. That's all the script is doing. I'm going to set this as player and see what happens. Let's see what happens. Hopefully my simplify logic works. Or it could fucking fail. Either of those two. Okie dokie. Let's see if this works. Also, I really gotta create a script to like just give me like unlimited heat whenever I want. Okay, dokie. Usual routine. Gonna add heat. Gonna add. Gonna add a heat. Slot 1. Okay. Then we're gonna build up heat. Flub it. Alright, then. There we go. Alright, so it does work. It does follow the player, but the issue is that the rotation is game messed up. What is it complaining about now about this script? Game objects being activated to get just his character to transform. Game objects already active or being deactivated. What? Why is it complaining about that now? Or is what is it complaining about now? Why is it complaining about this now? Do you still play ZZ? Oh no, I don't. I have felt off. Like Nick keeps telling me about all these characters they added, and I'm just like, ew, cool. Oh man, I really need to catch up. I really need to catch up. I really need to catch up. I definitely need to catch up. All right, so why is it complaining about this? Transformed a parent. Why is it complaining about this now? So not only so. Alright, so that didn't work. Alright, so, and then it's also complaining about that. Alright, so I think we're probably overcomplicating this again. I tried setting it as a parent, but then it worked, but the problem is that when the character rotates, he also rotates and changes his orientation. I want him to constantly still be behind the player. So let's type in Google. How to prevent child game object from rotating with parent. Okay, so we'll try this then. Alright, so apparently what we can do is we can apply, so we can create something to counteract the rotation when it's active. But that still doesn't solve the issue of why I'm getting this, why I got this issue. Oh, wait. Maybe I should just... Maybe I should just get rid of that thing and see if that does anything. Probably... You can try to create an invisible bone. You can try to create an invisible bone, which a stand will be attached to. That is a good idea. That is a fucking good idea. That is absolutely a great idea. Holy shit. Holy fuck. That is the problem I have. I overcomplicate shit. Alright, so we're going to implement Yaren's suggestion. We are going to implement Yaren's suggestion. So here's what we're going to do. We'll just get a random character really quick. We'll get a quick prefab. Alright, let's... fuck. So we're gonna put, so this is gonna be a reference. I'm gonna put the stand there. We'll put the stand, alright, so then put this at 0, just as a reference. Okay. There we go. So then we're gonna, go and create something called main. Alright, I'm going to go inside this thing really quick. So we don't really need to create a bone. We can use a game object. So this is going to be... This is a game object, and then we're going to move everything there. Then we're going to offset it by maybe 1 unit. So, if we implement Yaren's suggestion, we don't even need to do all the stupid other logic. All we need to do is not star platinum, like spawn them right where the player is, and then have this player object just constantly follow the player's position, and then just detach it afterwards. When you say stands, are we talking about full on JoJo overpowered personas? Yes, but for legal reasons we can't say stands, and we're probably going to change the name to something else. But yeah, they're basically stands. In the future, I was suggesting maybe a ball based off you since you're the creator. That's actually a great idea, but so the one thing I want to do for all the balls in the game is I want to change how I want each ball to like offer some sort of new challenge to the player. So right now, the D20 ball, every time you miss a try, it will roll and give you like a buff or debuff. For the Grand Standard ball, which I'm going to implement after B20, it basically turns the game into like a style system, or as a style system the game. So if for a ball like involving me, I'm just wondering like what unique gameplay gimmick would that ball add? Okay, set. Set character reference to. Oops. Why is it? There we go. So let's see if this works. We still gotta add like some sort of constraint to this thing. We still gotta add like some sort of constraint to this thing because the constraint is the only way like the game module will follow. Maybe we could just use like a parent constraint because since everything else is like gonna be like. Trying to think. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to. Again, I'm probably overcomplicating this shit again. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm overcomplicating shit again. I'm overcomplicating shit. Let's just create like a very simple script. Just a simple script. When active, track the character reference. When inactive, don't track it. Simple script. I gotta stop overcomplicating shit. That's like the thing that I always have problems with. I tend to overcomplicate. I tend to make things more complicated than it is. So here's what we're gonna do. Follow character reference. Just a simple script. Just a very, 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 very simple script. Or make it. I was thinking the die ball will be the tutorial only ball, or make it have 50% chance to not bust a reset hit counter. How? I gotta workshop it a little bit more. Die ball should definitely be in the game. Alright, we can Alright, let me just... Come on. There you are. Come on. How the fuck do I add this again? Sorry. This... Alright, so character reference. Late update if reference character no return. Otherwise transform dot position transform dot rotation. That's all the script is. That's like all the script is. When the way the script should work is when the game object is active, the update loop will run. If the character reference is null, aborted. But if it's not null, then just follow the position and rotation. That's all it needs to do. That's all the script is. Alright, so then we'll set this to player. Add a component. apply it there. Now let's see if this actually does exactly what it said. So we simplify it. We changed the orientation of the game object, so that way instead of having the stand be in front of the player or at the main location here, we have the stand be in back of the player, and then have this follow the player in the environment. Okay, so let's test this out. Hopefully it'll work. Maybe it won't. We'll see. Dieball reduces the play heat gauge by 50% after 10 hits. I feel like that's a little unfair, though. Like, I feel like there should be a plus and a minus for the balls. Like, for example, the B20, it gives a random perk on a successful one or a random debuff on a failed roll. Like, those are what I'm trying to look for the ball. Like, it can either screw the player or it can actually enhance the player. Also, the grandstanding ball. Like, the grandstanding ball will give you a buff. When you get like when you hit a certain style rank. But if you don't hit a style rank, then you don't get anything. So that's what I'm trying to look for when designing the balls. I want them to provide a reward the player for doing a certain action, and provide some sort of soft penalty for when they don't. Favorite KWC and Gohan vs. episode thus far. Favorite Gohan vs. episode has to be Emo versus Gohan Black for the final fight. Like, my animation skills has greatly improved since then, but also the history of Gohan Black. That's another favorite of mine. Those are my favorite episodes because of the story that I've written for those episodes. They were like an emotional payoff. And History Going Black I wanted to break people emotionally with that episode. So that's why those are my favorite episodes. Favorite KWC episode, definitely the Monica episode. The Monica episode was definitely my favorite because it was like a good emotional beat episode. I'm trying to think what was another favorite KWC episode of mine. The Yandere Month episodes were I also liked because the last year ones with Yaki. Those were good as well because there we go. All right, cool. It's following. All right, it's following the player. Cool. It's following the player like I wanted to. All right, cool. Make chat. Make sure you thank Yaron for the suggestion. His suggestion came in clutch. Okay, so now that we got the stand to follow the player, let's add. Alright, so now that we got the stand to follow the player, now we gotta do the actual damage thing. Which is actually the simplest part because I wrote a bunch of scripts for that part. So, hits. So we're going to keep it very simple and add the visual stuff. What the fuck? We're going to keep it very simple and add the visual shit later. So we're going to create collider. Move it by 0.5. Actually. You know, I got a very simple way of doing this. So we're going to go to Maki. We're going to pull up her flamethrower move. There it is. Logic. So the way I designed the Maki's flamethrower is that it does it pulses a collider every couple of seconds, or microseconds, milliseconds, whatever you want to call it. So we can actually take this and give it to Not Star Platinum. I'm wondering if that hitbox is a little bit too big. Alright, let's get rid of... Let's get rid of this for now. Yeah, last year's Yandere month was golden. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to top that, to be honest. It's gonna be really hard. Also, I still gotta write the script for the Monster Madness video. I gotta write the script for that soon, because I definitely know that Yaki is definitely going to be in that one. Let's see. Alright, so what we can do is take this. Nostar Platinum, aka Galaxy Plutonium. Plutonium. Okay, yep, cool. Cool. That's a good ass name. That's a funny fucking name. That could actually work, actually. Alright. The saddest episode going, but in my opinion, it's definitely history going black. And episode 16 where Piccolo Cuz lost his email, and also Epsilon's death, and nearly cried with that episode 16. I am glad that those episodes broke you, because believe it or not, even though I'm a comedy man, I do enjoy it when I make people have the feels. Like, I definitely I would like to work on more projects in which I definitely want to work on more projects in which they're more emotional than comedy. I definitely would like to do more projects like that. Wait, no. Deactivate. Okay, also, so that way future Dai will know. And then we'll call this and Collider Pulsar. Okie dokie. Maybe Yandere U will be the final boss. Yandere Me. That's an interesting idea. I do remember there was one idea. One person suggested that it seemed like after the first Yandere month, each co-host had like a Yandere that were crazy over them. So the second Yandere month had Monica for me. Third one had Yaki for Kakyoin, so the next one has to be some random character lusting for Daki. So we're gonna have to follow that pattern for the next one, hopefully. Okay, so hopefully when we do this, it will hit the ball for like a second. We'll hit the ball multiple times for a second, then peace the fuck out. Alright, let's test this out. Favorite Yandere waifu? Favorite Yandere waifu? Ooh, favorite Yandere waifu. I'm gonna be honest, Monica. Like, I try to play it off in the video like, I don't fucking care, but truthfully, Monica. Monica. Like, real talk, Monica. And let's see, who else? Who else? What's another yandere waifu that I would say I would still say Monica. As Dev and Yaki for me. You know what's weird? I don't really have that much attraction to Daki. Like I'm not. I don't. I like. It's weird. Like I'm not. I don't like. I don't have like strong romantic feelings with Daki. Like none whatsoever. Like I understand. Like people find her attractive or whatever, but for me, maybe it's because she's like my creation. Like my creation. So I feel like okay, whatever. But I don't feel any sort of like feelings for her like I do for like other waifu characters. Again, it might be because I create like she's my creation, but I legitimately don't have anything. It's more like a brother sister relationship. Yeah, thank you. That is a perfect. That's like the perfect. That's like the perfect summation of my relationship with Daki. She's more like a sister type character. Okay, so it hits it once, but we don't want to hit it multiple times. Actually, let's take a look at how it looks under the hood. Well, I gotta check the chat really quick. Uh-oh. Also, you guys want to see? Okay, so since you guys actually watch me stream this, let me show you guys another character. Well, Nick already saw her, but since you guys are actually watching me work on this, let me show you guys another character for the game. Exclusive to you guys. So this is not Android 21 in the game. So I'm gonna work on her after I work on Emo, which I still trying to find the time to do at the moment. But yeah, that's another character that's gonna be added to the game. So what's happening with her is that the person I hired to make the 3D models. His models were kind of rough, to be honest. So, the person who worked on the Panty model, he's been working with me for this project and improving the models for the game. Like, to be honest, the models look way rougher initially. Only 21. Literally only 21. Literally only 21. Okay, so let's. Oh wait, I forgot it. I forgot to like add the heat move really quick. Okay, added. All right, let's take a look at the collider, see if it's pulsing as much as I want it to. Okay, so oh wait, I see what's happening. It's not even the fault of the code. Yeah, no, it's working correctly. It's working correctly. I'll explain what's happening later. Let me restart the round. So I was testing the game incorrectly. So the way the game works is that every first hit you do on the ball when it's grounded, it will always launch it in the air. So in other words, we gotta do sick air combos for this thing. We gotta do sick air combos. But before we do that, there's one more thing I have to do. There's one more thing I have to do. One more thing I have to do. So, to make sure... Alright, so we have a hit, and then we want to implement a free zone. Let's pull up the characters again. I know Maki has this. There you are. Taking you. Oh wait, no, we can't do that. Fuck it. Let's just see how this plays out. So let's retest this, but we'll do it in the air. Yeah, that's what I'm getting again. His name should be Absalami, because I thought it would be funny. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know. Absalami might be a little bit too silly, my dude. It might be a little too silly. I don't know. It might be a little too silly. I don't know. It would be funny as hell, but like, my fans will get the joke, but for other people, you're like, why the fuck is he called Absalami? Why the fuck is he called Absalami? I don't know. It might be a little bit too silly. Alright, let's add him in. Or let's do this another test. God, I gotta streamline this shit. Okay, so now we gotta make sure we do this in the air. Too late. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bust your bubble, Kevin. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, it's working. Okay, alright, so where we get costumes. You know what's funny? Nick was actually suggesting that, and yeah, I'm going to look into it actually. I'm definitely looking into like adding like special costumes to the game. I know it should be possible to do. The only issue is like the cost, because I know Kai. I already asked Kai, and he said he can definitely do it. He can already take the existing models and make mods because he did it for Daiki. That's not the issue. It's just like the cost will stack up. I'm assuming, unless but I am thinking about like doing the custom thing. All right, so now let's add some VFX to this shit. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at the original model. We're gonna gut this hand. Okay, so now, we're gonna make him form a fist. Cool. And then, so since this is a hand model, I wanna do this. Let's see, blah blah blah. Apply some modifiers can have with shape keys. This has a shape. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, apply. So then we're gonna delete everything else. Delete this, and now we just have the arm. We're gonna delete more of this. By the way, I hope none of the girls, but is Hana based on Gohana because the outfit in her name is based on mine years ago? Yes, 100%. Hana is Gohana in this game. Okie dokie. Looks like we're cooking with the hand. So now we're gonna position. God damn this! I really fucking hate this, man. I just want you to position at the center, my dude. Position you there. Send you. There. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Then apply all. Alright, cool. So now we got the hand. So that will save this. We need this hand for like the VFX. So now that we got the... Oh wait, shit. We need the left. We need the right hand as well. And I deleted that. Well, that sucks. Nice. If I ever get to play the game, I might main Hana or just go Hana. So, right now I'm still trying to like get the game in a state in which we can do like a play test. Like I'm trying to aim for like late March, early April. And what I'm thinking about doing is like creating. I still gotta create a Discord server for Ball Bus, the game studios. Like, I want down the line. I'm going to create like a Discord server for just the labs studio, where it'll be a public server. I mean, technically, there's a Die Brigade server, which a lot of you guys came from, but the thing is that I don't want to like cause like an overlap. I don't want to cause too much of overlap. Like I feel like people who are generally interested in the game won't be interested in the stuff that I post for the YouTube channel. So I'm going to try to. So right now I'm just thinking about creating a Discord server exclusively for the Daitomodachi Labs studio. But long story short, once I do that, playtest will be held there. I'm just going to be brutally honest and say that when I do the playtest for this game, I'm just going to say right now the game is not going to be like fully polished. There's still a lot of things I gotta like polish for the game. A lot of things still gotta polish for the game, and the playtest will be like, hey, you need to fix this, or hey, this feels off, can you change it? That'll be the sole purpose of the playtest. It's just for me to like try to improve the game further, so that way when I release a game, I won't be shredded to pieces, or the game will be considered like another Code Purple or Violet, whatever the fuck that game was. Like, I'm legitimately trying my best for this game to like not be a steamy pile of shit. I'm really trying. Hell, I get nervous when I ask my friends to playtest because there's still like a bunch of glitches and weird shit in the game that I have to fix. Alright, so now let's pull... Alright, so now we're going to create the VFX for the rapid punching. I mean, technically we still can use... like, I did create, like, a rapid punching thing earlier, and I technically can use a model that, Kai did. So we'll keep the angle at 0. Okay, then we're going to create a mesh. Okay. Let's look for it in the folder. Blah, 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 blah. There you are. Okay, we gotta like really gotta make it. There we go. I think. No, I don't. See. Nope. Ah, shit. They're going in the wrong direction. Come on. There we go. I feel like I already created material for this a long time ago. Yeah, go sand. I mean, tangle. Alright, now we gotta make. Alright, so now we gotta change the lifetime for this. So it's gonna be 0.1 to. 0.5. Now that why don't I want 5, I want 0.5. Also, let's change this. Let's make it faster. Okay. 50. Oh yeah, now that's looking like rapid punches. I was thinking if Cell's in the game, I was thinking about being black with red eyes, and his name would be Kel. Why am I thinking of Kina and Kel? Alright, then we're going to randomize the size. Nah, let's go with 0.5. Let's go with 1.5. What if I wonder, can I put a negative speed? I sure fucking can. Cal, who loves I said I do, ooh. Yeah, good times, man. Good times. Alright, so I think this needs speed lines. Alright, so maybe we make it go faster. Make it 10. Whoa, okay, that's looking good right now. We're looking better. Alright, what if we change the speed or the size of a lifetime as well? Like, make it like that. But then maybe. Alright, so okay, we got the punches. That show was my life as a kid, along with all the good times. I miss those days. Me too. Man, those were the shits, man. We definitely need speed lines. We definitely need speed lines. I think if I recall. There you are. Delete. Now what if we combine them? 0, 0, 0. Oh my fucking god! Look at that shit! Look at that shit! Yeah, speed lines make everything look better! Yo, yeah, baby. Alright, random colors, and then we're gonna change this. Add some black in there. Alright. Then let's make it thinner. Alright, it's going a little bit too... Alright, let's reset it back to like 0.1 then. And then let's change the speed. Now, let's just change the lifetime actually. We don't want to go too far. Or maybe it's not the distance, but it's the length of it. Nah, okay. We'll keep the length there, but we definitely need to like... I think maybe we gotta reduce the size of the speed lines a bit more. Alright, let's hide this for now and see how it looks. Alright, let's hide this, see how it looks. Alright, I gotta hide this. Okay, so this is how it looks right now. I think we're gonna have to like change the material because it's kind of hard seeing the green. I mean, obviously I'm gonna have to change the green color, but the problem is that it's real. Like for bright environments, it's gonna be harder to see. I mean, obviously I'm going to change this later, but for now, we just need it to exist. And we're probably going to change the length of this a little bit more. Position... Maybe they need to go further. So maybe 0.5? And maybe there's too much of them as well. So let's cut this in half. Maybe change this to 0.25 as well. Shit, man. Hey, passing by since got stuff to do. I hope you're making good progress without any problems. Happy Valentine's Day. Keep making amazing stuff. Yeah, thanks, my dude. Appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, so... Maybe we should... Alright, I can't really spend a lot of time in this because right now we just gotta make it exist first. It's like what I've been saying. Just make it exist first. We can refine it later. Then maybe we change the lifetime of this to... Favorite Joe Bro, mine is Ponarad, Speedwagon, Okayasu, and Gyro Zeppele. Favorite Joe Bro. I would say Bujati, actually. I would say Bujati. I wonder what happens if I scale this down a bit more. Alright, no, we can't do that. We'll keep it there. Let's see. Can't do that. What if I add trails to the hunt to those things as well? Let's see what happens. Let's see. There should be a way of. There we go. Okay. Okay, almost there. Alright, that's looking a lot better. Bujati the Mafia Mon. Yep. Basically him. Yep. Oh shit, we're kind of over time a little bit. I mean... Alright, you know what? We'll just set everything back to, like, where it was originally, and then I'll show the bit of progress we made thus far, and then... Maybe we can do another... That is really fucking hard to see. Like, that is really fucking hard. I can barely see it. We definitely gonna have to, like, change it. It's fine. Then let's do something. Let's do this. Let's add like a... It's really fucking hard seeing those hands. For now, we'll just make it right because, like, I still gotta change the material, but it should be good enough to, like, demonstrate the thing for now. Wow. The more I increase this, the more the lines become more pronounced. Alright, so we'll just deal with that for now, and then I'll refine it off stream. Let's see, so we'll increase this to 4 as well. So then we'll set active since we're already activating and deactivating this. Man, I am hungry. I really want something to eat after this. We'll tackle this late, but we'll do this first. All right. So, let's test this out. There you are. Title. Boom. Let's see. Sorry, I just saw a notification for an animal shelter I volunteer at. So I'm going to try to help try a message and see if I can help them. Oops. That's a glitch. I shouldn't be able to press that twice. Did you know that Super Sentai has ended? At least for now, meaning no more Sentai season after Go Raija. That's why they bring back Battle Heroes or Space Chef. I mean, I think I've heard about that. I don't know why they decided to do that, but it seems kind of weird to me. So does that mean Power Rangers outlived Sentai? Like, I'm pretty sure that Power Rangers is still going. And I'm surprised that Power Rangers is still going after all these years. Okay, so let's see how it looks right now. That's not what's supposed to be happening. It activated way too late. Weird. Alright, I'll have to save that off stream because I am hungry and we're going to end this here. Well, the main reason why it ended is because Hasbro buying Power Rangers. Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? Is that the reason why? Is that literally the reason why? Jesus fucking Christ. Hasbro ruining things as usual. Alright. Either way, I was hoping I could make a little bit more progress on this, but we'll have to stop here for today. I'll probably work on more of it off stream. But it is what it is for now. It's like that ball meme I keep sharing in chat. Let me pull it up again. Later. Let's see. It's like the ball meme I keep saying, just start it and then we can perfect it later. So right now, the stand system is in this state right now, but we'll get it to this state later. But yeah. Okay, so I am ending the stream for tonight. Or today. Yeah, it's today. My bad. But yeah, ending stream here today. For people just catching the VODs, my name is Daitomodachi, and I am working on my first commercial game, Ball Busters, which is a ball juggling roguelike. Please make sure to wishlist the game on Steam. Every little bit of wishlist helps. Also, make sure to follow the please make sure to follow the Twitter and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on upcoming progress for the game. Alright, so I want to stream tomorrow, like work on this project again tomorrow, but right now my stream setup is still kind of jank right now. I mean, it's getting there. I mean, obviously, new VTuber avatar been added to the stream, but I gotta fix the chat. The stream chat is pretty bad right now, but we're getting there. Okay, so I'll be streaming again next Saturday as usual at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. More than likely I'll be working on either a new move for Hana or Dresser, or continuing adding more general heat moves to the game, or a new ball. Either those two. I mean, the way the stream is going to go from now on is on Thursdays, I'm going to post a poll for people to vote on what you guys like to see me work on for the stream, and then I do it on Saturday morning. But yeah, anyway, with that said, thank you guys for watching. Also, that L at the end of my name, is it? I'm not sure. But yeah, anyway, that's it for today. I want to thank you guys for popping by, seeing me start working on this new stream. The stand system. Well, not stand, but you guys will be voting on the name for that thing tomorrow. And I want to thank you guys for all the support. Anyway, with that said, thank you guys for watching.